Hello and welcome to today's NinjaTrader ecosystem event, Capturing the Big Moves, Top Auto Market Structure Analysis Setups. My name is Thomas and I'm a platform representative here at NinjaTrader. Now, before we start the webinar, I have a few housekeeping notes. Now, this webinar is presented by NinjaTrader LLC, which is the technology company responsible for developing and supporting the NinjaTrader trading software. Broker-related questions should be directed to the NinjaTrader brokerage team using the phone number or email on the screen. And if you are new to NinjaTrader, please make sure you sign up for a free NinjaTrader account, which includes access to 14 days of complimentary real-time market data. Our platform is always free for advanced charting, strategy backtesting, and trade simulation. You can create your free account by following the link on the screen and then clicking Get Started on under the Welcome section. And before I turn over the mic to Steve, it is important to understand that futures, foreign currency, and options trading contain substantial risk and is not suitable for every investor. It is possible to lose all or more than one's initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. For more information or for a copy of the full CFTC full risk disclosure, please visit the link I'll be posting into the chat. And please remember that these trading sessions are not a solicitation or recommendation, but simply educational in nature. And without further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome to the NinjaTrader webinar room, Steve.
Well, thank you, Thomas. Let's go ahead and get started. Appreciate everyone joining us this afternoon. Here at NaviTrader, we've been here since 2002. I trade live every day, and I'm also an investor in a number of different companies, and basically run a small group of portfolios. So I do trade live in the futures every day, and what we are going to talk about today are some trade setups. But here at NaviTrader, we're a lot more than just a bunch of indicators, and I'm going to go ahead and go over that today. All right, so tomorrow morning, we're going to have a live session too for everyone that's joining us. Just send an email to support@NaviTrader.com, and you can join us for our live session. So you'll be able to see under real-time market conditions how our charts perform in the S&P futures and NASDAQ markets, and they can be applied, of course, to other markets as well. We will announce too at the end of the webinar, we're going to have 8 trader gifts, trader tools. All you have to do is send an email to support@NaviTrader.com. We'll make sure you get those. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. And of course, our goal here at NaviTrader is to help you to become a successful trader. We all know that we want to be able to trade each day and come back the next day and gain more profits and build our accounts. So to me, it's a lot more than just some indicators. A lot of people have indicators, but all right, so here's an example of our Trendicator charts. You can see the screen on top is our NaviRinko charts. Bottom chart is just a candlestick chart. So just decide which chart do you think would be easier to trade with. All right, so on this screen, I'm going to show you our charts where we generate the automated signals. So here we had a automated sell signal. That's a magenta arrow on the screen. And we've got a 4-point target on this trade. So you can see once into the trade, we're attaching the trailing stop to that red indicator line. That's our NaviPM indicator line. So at first trade, we came down and hit our 4-point target. So now we're just waiting for the next target. This is trading the E-mini, the ES contract. All right, so we hit that first target. I'm just waiting for the next signal. By the way, if you do have any questions as we go along here, just type them into the question area, into the chat area, and we'll answer them for you. By the way, this session will be recorded, so if you'd like a copy of the recording, just send an email to support@NaviTrader.com. Okay, here we had another sell signal, 4-point target. trailing stop attached to the indicator line. The indicator line is one of our NaviTrader indicators called the NaviPM. All right, so here we've got the 4-point target at 60.60. Hit that target. So now we're just waiting for the next signal. Here's another sell signal, 4-point target. And in this particular trade, we've got our stop at 1 point above our current price. And we came up and hit that trailing stop for a 1-point loss. Now we're just waiting for another signal. All right, so there's the next sell signal, 4-point target. And we came down and hit that target. So 4 trades, 3 trades profitable, 1 trade a small loss. That's kind of that's really the essence of trading. You want to let your winners run and cut any losses very quickly. All right, so here's another, we said we talk about some of our favorite trade setups. With our Trendicator charts, we get these bars. You'll see that I've circled. They're called consolidation bars. And if we break below those bars or above those bars, we can take a trade. You can see we had a 20-point move down on the first bar, 10-point move above the second bar, and a 10-point move above the third bar. All right, so our goal here at NaviTrader is to try to make your job easier as a trader. All right, so you don't have to spend the next 5 to 10 to 20 years trying to figure out technical analysis. Our charts are going to do that for you. Now, one of the things I advocate is there's very good correlation in these markets between the NASDAQ and the E-mini. So the top chart is the NASDAQ, bottom chart is the E-mini. The magenta arrows are showing you where we had a turn in the market. All right, so those turns generated a sell signal. And we had the same signals on NASDAQ and E-mini on both charts at the same time. That's the important thing. Here's the same thing in an uptrending market where we had buy signals on NASDAQ and E-mini, followed by a sell signal, then followed by a buy signal. All right, so one nice thing about our charts, I mean, everybody who's traded, you get into a trade and the trade goes against you, and you keep thinking the trade's going to go in your favor. We know that usually that doesn't happen. The nice thing about our charts, you're going to know right away if you're on the wrong side of the market, okay? And also with our charts, it's very easy to set up a set of rules for your trading. All right, so you know the best traders are really people who use rules-based trading. All right, so again, technical analysis, we're trying to make this easier for you. 6-point move up here, 15-point move down, 3-point move up, and a 7-point move down. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about how to enter a trade after a pullback. All right, so in an uptrending market, you want to wait for a downside pullback. So here's an example of where the market pulled back. We waited for a green bar, and we put our target near that upper blue line, which is one of our indicators. It's the velocity channel. All right, so target near the upper velocity channel. Okay, so here's a downtrending market. And you can see here we had a series of sell signals. Magenta arrows are sells. All right, so in a downtrending market, you want to wait for these little upside retracements, followed by a sell signal. Here's an example on a 20-second chart. All right, so 20-second chart. Now the blue lines are our velocity channel. And you can see this is a good example of why you want to wait for these pullbacks in the market. Even on a 20-second chart, you'll see the upside pullback. You can also see the blue lines on the velocity channel are making lower highs and lower lows. So you can see the velocity channels actually doing some analysis for you as well. Here's an uptrending market where we had a series of buy signals. And this is also a case where we broke above these consolidation bars and made a move up. All right, so this chart is actually one of our Trendicator charts, and this is actually 1 whole days of activity. So 1 whole days of activity. Again, you can see we show you these turning points in the market. All right, so now I'm going to talk about something that you won't hear a lot of people talking about, but this is something I would especially say is especially suited if you're trading the micro futures. Okay, so in fact, that's something I do recommend to most traders. In fact, we'll talk more about that as we go along. But the micro futures are very well suited to people who are trading either a small account or if you're trading or if you're new to trading. So micro futures on the E-mini, it's a MES. NASDAQ, it's a MNQ, and they're micro contracts on a lot of other trading instruments such as the 6E, 6B, crude oil, and so on. So lots of different micro contracts available. All right, so now for those people who like trading off of time-based charts, we talk a lot here at NaviTrader about our Renko charts, but here's a time-based chart, 2-minute chart. We had the automated buy signals. All right, so you can see the charts work very well, whether you're using time-based charts, range-based charts, which are what the Renko charts are. All right, so I'm going to talk about a strategy here, kind of a swing trading strategy now. And like I said, this is probably especially well suited for people trading the micro futures because with the micro futures, you're not as leveraged. And I think you'll find this a strategy that you'll be able to do with the micro futures because you're not as leveraged. All right, so on this chart, you can see initially we had over on the left, we had a buy signal. So we can put our trailing stop just below the pullback on that buying, on that first buy signal. Okay, now here we had another pullback. By the way, on the bottom of the chart, you can see our high-low indicator, which is our own oscillator. So you can see those oscillators, when the oscillator comes down to the bottom end of the range, it's showing you these pullbacks in the market. All right, so we get those pullbacks followed by a green bar, very good entry point. Also, like I said, when you get these pullbacks, it's actually the market showing you a new support level. So it makes it pull back, shows that new support level, and then you can move your trailing stop up below that next pullback level. All right, so just to kind of review, here we had our initial buy signal. So we're going to stay long until our next pullback. We're going to move our trailing stop just below that next pullback. Okay, next pullback, we're going to move our trailing stop below that pullback. And finally, on the upper right, you'll see another pullback where we can move our trailing stop. All right, so there's an example of where to move those trailing stops. All right, so I talked earlier about correlation in these markets. And with the NinjaTrader platform, NinjaTrader has the alerts window. So if you open up your alerts window, every time we get a signal, it's going to show up in this alerts window. Like I said, I like to see correlated signals. So here we had a short signal on the Dow and the NASDAQ. So the Dow and the NASDAQ. And you can see we do time and date stamp these signals. And you can see these two signals came in at the exact same time, right down to the second. Okay, exact same time, right down to the second. All right, so let's kind of elaborate a little bit on buying pullbacks and We'll just show you some chart examples. All right, so on a pullback, we want to see strength after the pullbacks. Same thing applies even if you're trading stocks. Look for pullbacks, look for strength in your stock before you get back into a long position. So you want to buy strength after the pullback and sell weakness after the pullback. All right, so here's an example of selling weakness after the pullback. Here you can see we're in a downtrending chart. We get these upside moves followed by a red bar, and we get that red bar. That's our point to go back on the short side. You can see also if you were swing trading a chart like this, you could actually move your stops just above these pullback levels. Now on the right side of this screen is at the end of the day. So typically you'd be out of your trade. We're down to about 345 when the market bottomed out there. All right, so here's an example of our Trendicator charts where we had a consolidation and broke above that consolidation. And here we're just adjusting our trailing stop on this trade. All right, so that's the automated trailing stops. Let me just mention on NinjaTrader version 8, which is probably what most of you are using, you can attach an order to an indicator. In fact, if you attend our live session tomorrow, we have that live session tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. So if you send an email to support@NaviTrader.com, we'll make sure you get an invitation to that live session tomorrow. All right, so again, here you can see the automated signal, 16-point move and a 19-point move. This is on the E-mini. All right, so we said we'd talk a little bit too about funded trader evaluations. Okay, funded trader evaluations. Let me just mention there are many different companies offering funded accounts. And personally, I think that some of them are much better than others. I've tested a number of them, and I think some of them are, like I said, some are better than others. It really depends on the rules and their history in terms of payouts and things like that. So anyway, let's talk about funded trading. First of all, I don't think funded trading is for everyone, but actually it does have some advantages. You're not trading your own capital. It's a fairly cheap way to educate yourself on trading. The funded trading companies are going to have a number of rules that you need to abide by, or you will basically blow your account and you'll have to either quit trading or start all over again. All right, so passing a funded trader evaluation, like I say, I've done this a number of times. Each one of these funded trading companies is going to have what they call a drawdown limit. And usually, in a lot of cases, it's an intraday trailing drawdown. Some of the funded trading companies have an end-of-day trailing drawdown. But in any case, let's say that you sign up for an account and they will call it, something like maybe a $50,000 account or a $100,000 account. Don't be lulled into thinking that you really have that much capital to trade with. You really want to trade it as though your drawdown limit is your amount of capital that you're working with. And you want to size your positions accordingly. All right, so like I said, for everyone who sends us an email to support@NaviTrader.com, we do have a position sizing calculator that we will send to you for free. And that will give you a good guide in terms of how to size your trades in terms of number of contracts you're trading with. All right, so for the funded trading companies, they're all a little bit different from one another. They all have their own set of rules. So if you're going to get involved in a funded trading company, make sure that you understand all of their rules. You may also want to look at some YouTube videos that will talk about those particular companies. So maybe you can get some ideas on people that have tried them and what their experience has been. In other words, the more due diligence you can do, the better. All right, so basically understand how their trailing drawdown works, whether it's intraday or end of day, what the trailing drawdown limit is, depending on what account you sign up for. If they have daily loss limits, know what that is. Also, know that how many contracts you can be trading. And also, they'll have certain times that you can't trade. For example, let's say the FOMC meeting, which came up this week. Most of them will have rules that say you can't be in trades before the FOMC announcement, before or after, for a given length of time. So just understand all the rules for whatever company you sign up with. Right, so the other thing I'd recommend to everyone, whether you're trading a funded trading account or your own capital, focus on one or two trading instruments, preferably one at a time. In fact, my personal recommendation really for most people is to trade the MES, the micro E-mini, the MES contract. All right, so here's another recommendation. Don't select a prop firm just because they are low priced. Okay, sometimes just like a lot of things in life, there's usually things are cheap, they may be cheap for a reason. Okay, so just be aware of that. Don't sign up with a prop firm just because they happen to be the low price solution. All right, so also most of these funded trading companies will let you trade multiple accounts. In fact, there are software that you can use to do what they call copy trade. So if you do a trade in account A, it will also replicate that trade in account B, C, D, whatever, however many accounts you're wanting to trade. My recommendation is get pass an evaluation for one account before you start trading multiple evaluations. All right, so this is an example of our position sizing calculator. And like I said, for everyone who sends an email to support@navitrader.com, we're going to send you this position sizing calculator that you can use to size your positions. And you can use it for any futures contract. Okay, so like I said, just send an email to support@navitrader.com to get that tool for free. All right, so my recommendation, everyone, is trade a system. And essentially, what we've done here at NaviTrader is built the system right into our charts. Now, let me review briefly some of the things that we offer here at NaviTrader. And we'll talk a little bit about indicators, but let me just mention, too, that trading is a lot more than a bunch of indicators. Over the last year, I made it a goal to create a trading mastery course. And we are offering that course on a paid basis, but for everyone, again, who becomes a NaviTrader member, we're going to include that course at no extra charge. And we developed that course over an entire span of a year. All right, so let's talk about some of the things we offer here at NaviTrader. All right, so we do have a number of indicators. One of our most important indicators is our Navi bars. The price bars on our charts are called Navi bars. They're actually an indicator. Okay, so they call them Navi bars. You can see they're green on a move up, red on a move down. We also have an indicator called the Automator. It puts the actual signals on the chart. And the Navi PM indicator puts the green indicator under the price bars and the red indicator above, green indicator below the green bars, red indicator above the red bars. That can be used as a trailing stop. It's also an indication of direction. All right, so we also have our Navi ATR stop. You can also use that as a trailing stop. Some of our members like the ATR stop. Other people use the Navi PM. Personally, I think they both work very similarly, and they will give you a systematic way to manage your trades. nice thing about the automated trailing stops too is, let's say you're in a trade, you want to stay in the trade for a while, but maybe you want to go to lunch or do something instead of just sitting in front of the screen. You can just attach the trailing stop to these indicators, and they will just manage the trade for you, providing you're using NinjaTrader version 8, which does allow for attaching an order to an indicator. If you join us tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern, I'll actually demonstrate how those automated trailing stops work and how you can use them. Another indicator we have is the high-low oscillator. It shows you kind of a leading indicator of support and resistance. Support, it'll give you a blue arrow on support and a red arrow at resistance. Usually markets will move in the direction of current momentum. So we have an indicator we call the Big Mo. And what it does, it puts the dots on the screen, green dots when we have up momentum and red dots on down momentum. And I did mention earlier our velocity channel, that's the blue lines above and below price. And you can see a typical oscillation that occurs all the time in these markets, where the market will move up, pull back to that lower blue line in an uptrend. And you can see if you wait for a pullback to the lower blue line, wait for a green bar, that's waiting for strength like we talked about earlier. Let the market show you strength after a pullback. All right, so Navi relative ATR is an indicator that will show you when the market's ready to break out, or when it's likely to break out. Okay, so here we had a move down. You see the the relative ATR indicator went to the bottom end of the range, and that's where we're likely to see a reversal and a breakout. All right, so we also have our TradeFinder. The TradeFinder is a nice tool because it allows you to monitor multiple markets. And you can see it has a number of different indicators on it. When they're all red, then you have a likely move down. If everything's green, then the market's usually moving in an up direction. So it's a nice way to screen the market. All right, so here's an example on the E-mini, 10-point move down, 17-point move up. Just on 2 E-mini contracts would actually pay for our entire 2-year subscription. All right, so here at NaviTrader, our special today, which I'll cover with you, is going to be a discounted special here today. I'll show you that in just a second. And what's included, you get 2 years of our Trendicator charts for the version 8 desktop of NinjaTrader. You get 2 years of the Automator setups, 2 years of the TradeFinder, 2 months in our member room. And the member room is open 3 days a week. It's a training room, and it's open from 2:30 Eastern through 3:30 Eastern. We'll also do a one-on-one personal mentoring and setup session when you first become a member. We'll actually set up your entire chart workspace in the NinjaTrader platform and answer any questions you might have. You'll get 2 years set up on 2 computers, and of course they're licensed by Machine ID, so you'll have all these benefits for the entire 2-year period of your membership. You'll also get unlimited online support, and we do that via email, also telephone if needed, on our 800 line. And also we can attach directly to your computer with your permission if we need to. All right, so we do a personal one-on-one session to help you get set up, like I said, and unlimited support for the entire 2-year period. And we do have over 60 hours of member training videos, which you can watch at your own convenience. All right, so yeah, the member live market training sessions I do 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 2:30 to 3:30 Eastern. And for less than, definitely less than 1 Starbucks a day, is what we charge for our membership. All right, so I mentioned earlier, I've developed a futures trading mastery course. Okay, I developed that over an entire year. It's a 9-part futures course. Has a $14.95 value. For the first 20 members today that sign up for our membership, you will get this course at no extra charge. This is just kind of a brief outline. I'm not going to read this, but it covers all the different things that's included in the course. All right, so the special today, 66% off special, $24.77. And like I say, first 20 new members will get all the bonus gifts. And like I said, you will get the position sizing calculator and also the other 7 gifts. Just sending an email, you're going to get all these valuable gifts just by sending an email to support@NaviTrader.com. Top trading breakout strategies, day trader secrets, step-by-step risk management, our 3-part professional trader checklist, and lots of different things included there. All right, so if anyone has questions, just send an email to support@NaviTrader.com. We will have this live session tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern, and that way we'll bring up the actual live charts using our Trendicator charts. I do want to thank NinjaTrader for providing this platform to do the webinar today. Appreciate that. And I do want to compliment NinjaTrader on the fantastic product. They've been around for about the same length of time that we have, since 2002. And I really compliment them on their product and also their great support, which I think is vitally important. All right, so with that, I'll turn it back over to Thomas. And like I said, if anyone has questions or would like to send a question, just send an email to support@NaviTrader.com.
All right. Well, thank you again to Steve for taking the time to share with us today. If you enjoyed today's session, we hope you will join us in future webinars. Follow us on social media for alerts about upcoming events and other NinjaTrader ecosystem news. We would like to remind you that the information provided was that of NaviTrader and not of NinjaTrader. All information was for educational purposes and should not be construed as trading advice. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we hope to see you in future webinars. Happy trading from all of us here at the NinjaTrader ecosystem.